the exact month I joined you, like 1 month in, I hit my maximum. You referred me through to the company I'm at now, and it's just been like skyrocket since then. Last month was officially like 11.2, so it was a pretty big month for me compared to where I've been in the past.
Alrighty, guys, recording this one on the fly, but this is a really cool case study that we did with my guy Levi, who joined Closers Cold about 6-7 months ago, and just hit his first 10k month in June, which is absolutely epic. So super cool. We sit down together, we chat a bit about how he got started in the industry, the first few roles he was on, what he kind of learned, what he helped him with, and how he achieved that 10k month as an appointment setter while being based in Australia and traveling through Asia as well. He was actually in Bali when we did the case study, so the internet was a little bit dodgy. It was cutting in and out, but it should be good enough that you guys can get a gist. So I'll let you guys enjoy. Have fun.
Not sure. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, fair. Sick, man. Cool. Well, I wanted to, bring you on, give a bit of context to everyone. I mean, not just about like us and what we work together on, but just your journey in general. I think it'd be cool for guys that are looking to get into sales, or maybe they're already in it, but they're not making the money they want to make. Just like,
100%.
just take us back. What was the background before sales briefly, and then kind of what got you into high ticket sales?
For sure. So I'll go to my last like a real job, I guess you call it, or like part-time job, or I had before sales. I was like a lifeguard at a hot spring, so we had a lot of downtime. And I just moved out with my mate, so I was sort of living with a mate who had his own agency going on, like email marketing. So I was obviously very like into that, saw him doing it, and I wanted to get into the online space. So I tried to do my own one. Didn't really put as much effort as obviously is required in, but he was just telling me about, you can just do the sales. Like you can just jump into people's DMs, or you can just do people's lead gen for them and go down that route. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a bit more my speed. So that's how I got into it. And at the time I was just sort of working in and out, part-time, full-time, just enough to sort of pay rent and then just manage that on the side.
Yeah. And so how long ago was that? When did you first get into it?
That would have been probably around May, February last year was when I was sort of working it all out, I guess.
Okay. So a bit over a
and
year
then I
then
fully,
total.
I fully made the switch in June. I like quit my job.
Sick. So the first
It's
role
been
was
exactly 1 year since.
the email marketing one?
No, so that was me trying to. No. So my first role was actually it was like I still don't even to this day know what it was. It was like HR business consulting.
Okay.
And I'll just be cold calling, LinkedIn, setting people just all. I still don't even know what they do.
Yeah.
And I didn't get paid a cent. I was just working for free, purely commission based. But like that was after work. And there was a few other sort of shitty offers in between there, but the main thing that actually like got me my first dollar online was with Joel doing DM setting for him.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that I'll do that while I was at work. I'll just be sending DMs and then doing my shift, and then jump on my lunch break, send some more DMs, and then that was kind of how it all started.
So you had first few months kind of shitty offers, then maybe a few months later did some DM setting for Joel. That's where you started to make money. And then what was the first like on the phone or actually like talking to people offer? What was that?
Yeah, so that was, sorry about the dog out there. That was, Joel still had me calling some people, but it was very introductory. It was just like, have a go, say hey go. I actually suggested it. I was like, do you mind if I call a couple guys just to see how we go?
Nice.
And that went really well. Like everyone I called, we were able to like set and talk to and get some motion going. But my first like offer was it was like a trade. It was for tradies specifically, and marketing their businesses so they can eventually scale out and then do the whole get out of the trade industry thing.
Yeah. And
So,
then and then sorry, I think there's a bit of a delay. So then you went from the tradie offer, and then when we connected, I actually still remember our first phone call. But we connected when you were on an email marketing offer, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, because I was at a sort of state where I was balancing. It was just like right before I met you and started discovering you. It was because I saw you in Joel's DMs. I was like, I was kind of interested because I saw you did sales content. So you were in the back of my mind, but I never engaged properly. So I was overseas at the time in Thailand, balancing the tradie offer, the DM setting offer with Joel, and then I just got into the email marketing offer that you knew me on,
Yeah.
and I fully made the switch over to that because it had a base, and I was too shit at sales to make good comps, so I wanted to jump
Yeah.
onto that and learn my skills.
Right. So what when you first saw me, what made you like because that was you came in around the start of the community, like towards the earlier phases.
Yeah,
What initially made you want to jump in? I
it was. Yeah, so what was it, like November last year, or
think it was like a month or two
maybe
before.
a little bit earlier? I
Yeah.
honestly, it's really hard to remember. I just remember seeing. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I just got home probably from a trip, and I remember seeing, I guess, just you just doing a bit of content about it, and everything was sort of clicking because I hadn't really come across too many people that, because obviously like there's just so much bullshit out there. So I was
Yeah.
like aligning with it, and I'd already kind of knew about you through Joel. I just messaged you and asked if we could do a phone call, and he knows his shit, and it was pretty easy from there. I think like same. I think I even bought over the phone or the same week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you did it over the
Oh
phone.
no,
Um
Wi-Fi problems have begun.
yeah. The Bali Wi-Fi.
That's it, dude. I'm running off a hotspot.
There we go. I think we're back. Yeah, I think you did it straight
So
away. Okay. And then so like in terms of your income levels, right? Like because I know before you were still doing what, like 4, 5, even you had like a 7K month before, or what was the sort of income at before?
yeah, so it wouldn't have been anywhere past probably 5 or 6. And then I remember like the exact month I joined you, like 1 month in, I hit my maximum of it was like 7.3 or something, um,
Sick.
something around that at the time, and that was massive for me because that year I'd made like nothing.
Yeah. And then so then going from there, then you had um you were on there for a few more months. What was the income like over the next few months? So this was from maybe like November, December, January, coming up to now. How's it sort of progressed since then?
Yeah, it's changed a fair bit. Like at that time, I was bouncing kind of like I had a pretty good deal going on with the founder because I'd just get paid per set, not per close, and I had a base too, so it was pretty easy to just relax and still make decent money.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, from there, I think we even had a sit down, or we were on a Zoom, and you're trying to get me on a better offer, or at least start looking around at it. Um, and yeah, you referred me through to the company I'm at now, and it's just been like skyrocket since then. Like at the moment, last month was officially like 11.2, but that's just because of some AR that came in. But
Yeah.
revenue comms 10.6, so it was a pretty big month for me compared to where I've been in the past.
That's sick. How did it feel when you saw like when you knew that the month was going to be over 10K? Like how did that feel?
Yeah, so there was no like magic feeling or anything. It was more just like, oh cool, I've done it now. And then the first thing I thought of is now I've got to do this again, and I want to keep doing this until it's just what I do.
Yeah.
Um, but it didn't really start to kick in until you actually messaged me to do a case study. I was like, oh, this is sick. I've been wanting to do this since I met Orlando, and
Yeah.
actually got into the program. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's funny because it's usually the case whenever I ask guys when they hit their first 10K, it's usually the case that like it's not really like this amazing feeling because it's kind of been leading up to it, right? It's not until we look back and we're like, oh
Mm.
shit, that was my first goal when I started, that we like get that perspective. So
Yeah.
that's cool, man. And how's the offer like overall? Like, because I think offer's a big part of it. Like obviously you got to be good. You've got to know what questions, why you're asking, tonality. You can't sound like a robot, all that sort of stuff. But offer's a big part as well. Um, like obviously, like I helped refer you to this offer, but aside from that, the offer itself, like what stands out about this one compared to the others that you're on that's allowed you to earn
It's
that much?
just Yeah, it was the first thing I noticed, like as soon as I got in the door, was just the standard from I was like here. It was just up there, and it kind of scared me a little bit as well. even when you told me about the offer, you're like, it's going to be hard work. And I saw that and I was like, no, I'm ready. Let's do it. And then it was like, that was the main thing I noticed. And then so you kind of set yourself to that standard straight away, and then got to start playing some catch up and actually like really putting in the work. It's like now you're there, you've got to make sure it actually happens so you don't get kicked off the team.
Mm.
So that was the main thing. And just how focused and how much intent there was on everyone hitting their goals. Like everyone was holding each other accountable. There were the closers there and making sure that their setters are like the best on the team. So it's just like it was a really good culture, really strong for actually getting to that goal. I
Yeah.
think that's why like within a couple months, everyone that we know, or well through the cold at least, has done really well there.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I was talking to some of the guys last time I was in the Gold Coast with a few of the guys that were on there in the sauna, and they were like, "Yeah, the leaderboard, it's like they're all in your group." I was like, "Sick, cool, that's what I want."
Yeah, yeah,
We set the bar. That's cool, man. So, what from like a
100%
maybe a
did.
tactics perspective, what are some of the main things you learned, whether it's from me or from Anton, but just like being in Closers Cult since November? What are some of the main things on a tactical level that helped you get there?
Even from a beginner standpoint, like I know it's not like it's you can help pretty much any level, but the first thing, because I was still probably considerably a beginner at the time, like the role plays were like super concise, and you wouldn't let me move on until I got something right, and that was like a real sign of like you want me to get this. You're not just trying to get through the call and make sure we get to the next one or whatever. Um, like we'd stop, you'd go, no, go do it back. We're getting it right, and we wouldn't move on until each and every person in the role play had got it done. So that was like, yeah, that was like a massive thing for me, is actually just executing and then really learning what repetition is and then what it does, because then from there I'd start to see the results go up a bit more and a bit more, and it just like it made it click for me, like that's how you got to get it done. You got to actually do these reps, um, and yeah, and obviously just having you with the instant feedback it was game changer. Honestly, like
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because like I said this to you in the DMs, like sometimes I still don't. I'm like, oh, like are they benefiting? Like, is Levi benefiting from the trainings? And then you're like, yeah, dude, like it literally helps so much. I'm like, okay, good, cool. It's nice to hear.
Yeah,
Like you don't know sometimes as a
because
coach.
there's yeah, you're probably looking back and we're all just blank faces, like waiting for you to say the next thing. But it's like we're all probably just taking it in because we've just learned a bunch of shit that we didn't even know about usually half the
Yeah.
time.
What was like maybe one like nugget or strategy or tactic that you learned that maybe you could share? Like just one, like it could be specific or broad, but just something sales tactic related.
Suggestive language was my thing. Like that's something I still to this day catch myself on, and I catch all the new setters doing it too. And that's the first thing we'll be like, all right, let's get rid of that. So I got that directly from you, because you used to always go, no, go back, we're fixing that. Um, that was my main takeaway, and the tonality too, because you've with some of the scripting that we built out, and you always built them with us. Like you'd have a very good reason behind why we say certain words. Um, like for example, um, does that have an impact on you versus what impact is that having on you? Like that's something you and Anton taught me, and even Anton and I were gone over that this morning.
Mm.
Um, and it's even stuff like that's just granular, but it makes a massive difference to what answer you're going to get from like a prospect.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So what's on the horizon? What are some of the next goals? Like whether it's money or travel or what's next for you? What's ahead?
Yeah, that was kind of the thing I came to the other day. With I actually had a one on one with the founder of the company, um, and we were sort of talking about that and how to actually properly set goals, because for the whole year I was like 10k up, 10k up, 10k up. Now I'm like, I think obviously the next progression would be transitioning into a closing role,
Mm.
and I'm also starting to feel pretty confident in teaching some of the other setters what I've learned, like getting to this point. So I've been enjoying that, sort of stepping into more of a leadership role at the company. So I think that's sort of the goal for the end of the year, transitioning to closing, or yeah, start working my way towards it.
It's awesome. I like how they put you in a team lead position or where you can teach in a sense, because like teaching makes you better
Yeah,
as well. So I think that'll be cool for you. And then eventually transitioning to into closing as well. But no, that's cool, man. That's pretty much everything, I wanted to talk about from my own selfish point of view so that people can get an insight from not just me saying how good we are, but from someone in there. Is there anything you'd add or anything else you reckon, like maybe before you joined, something you would have liked to have known if you were on the outside, or yeah, just anything to wrap up really.
Yeah, I think with any investment into any program or course or whatever you want to call it, like whatever you do, like it's there's a reason you kind of came through in the first place and you had that thought. You just don't let the fear sort of take over, because that was something that put me off for so like my thing was money. That was my main objection for not actually getting help earlier. Um, but as soon as I like actually invested into you particularly, like it just changed the actual projection of it. Like it would have probably been another year if I tried it by myself, or I probably still wouldn't even be there, to be honest. Like it was just a lot of figuring shit out by yourself, which you don't need to do. Like, yeah, like I've said this before to either to you or another mentor, where it's like you're not brave for trying to work all the shit out by yourself. Like
Hmm.
you're just kind of dumb because you're not trying to fast track your goals at all. You're just trying to like put off the money or put off the fear around actually getting started. So I mean that would be for the new guys at least that haven't invested into themselves.
Yeah, it make it's funny you say that because it is easy to let.
I can hear a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's weird because sometimes I can hear you, but then your face is just like frozen.
Oh, I can see you now and hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
See
I
me?
got you. Sweet. Yeah, I was just saying, it's funny because it is easy to let our ego like stop us from asking for help because we kind of want to do it on our
Yeah.
own. I spoke to a guy like just
Mm.
today who joined actually, who was like that for the last like 6 months. Has just like constantly been going back and forth about like, and we got to the root cause, which was he felt embarrassed to put himself out there to ask for help because it's a little bit of like
Mm.
it it's like it's the wrong mindset to have, but it's like, oh, if I ask for help, I'm admitting defeat. It's like, no, like we all need
Yeah.
help. Like I have multiple mentors myself, like the most successful guys in the world do. So it's cool timing that you say that because I literally just spoke to a guy today that was like that. Um, but no,
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
yeah, I appreciate you jumping on and sharing because yeah, you didn't have to do that. And yeah, dude, keen to see you keep crushing it, hit 15, 20K months, get into closing, even with the leadership stuff, that's really
Yeah.
cool as well. I know doing some more work with Anton as well, so that'll help you level up too. Um, and yeah, man, just
Yeah. Yeah.
keep
Big
doing you,
time.
keep crushing. Hopefully I see you in Bali because I'm gonna be in Bali in 2 weeks, but if you're in Lombok, we might not make it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We go. We'll try to tee something up. Hopefully, stay a bit longer. It'd be sick. I know. I can't believe I haven't even met yet. It feels like I've known you for like a whole year.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, whether it's here or
Crazy.
Melbourne, but yeah, hopefully we line something up.
That'd be sick.
All
Now,
right,
thanks
bro.
for having me, Matt. I really appreciate it, and thank you for getting me here as well.
Ah,
You're probably
there-
one of the main people that are responsible for it.
thanks, bro. No, that actually means a lot. Yeah. I mean, you put in the work. Like there's guys that, didn't join any mentorship and not see results, but like you put in the work. Like I remember you were on like every call, constantly coming to calls, constantly getting call reviews. Even if you're like, yeah, like this call's like decent, I thought it was pretty good, still getting it reviewed. Like that's why you're
Getting it torn to shreds.
Yeah. So sick, man. Cool.
Yeah,
All right, bro. I'll chat to you
awesome,
soon.
bro.
Thanks for coming on.
Let's do it. Thanks for
Thanks.
having me. Catch you, bro.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, well, I just wrapped up putting that one together for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the case study with Levi. If you are in high ticket sales and you're not making 10K a month yet, or you want to get into high ticket sales and make 10K a month, just click the link below. You can book a call with either myself or my team, and we can chat more about how we might be able to help, just like we did with Levi, and plenty of other case studies that you can check out in the playlist below. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.